Once you have some media inside Adobe Prelude, the fun really begins. The first thing you're going to want to do is probably organize your contents a little bit. So here in my project panel, I'm going to go back to the list view and I'm going to make some bins. So let's call these preferred shots maybe, and let's have an alt takes, and you can see there I had my preferred shots bin selected, and when I click the new bin button it's put the bin as a subdirectory, so that's okay. I can just click away and drag down to pull it back out, and I suppose if I go back to my icon view I can maybe say, yeah, I like that and I like that. I'm just dragging and dropping. This is my alt takes and preferred, and I'm just going to maybe I'll make a list selection with the shift key. Let's see, those are preferred, and these are alt takes, although I do quite like those shots of the sea. So now I'm in a position to begin really working on this content. I'm going to open up the first of these preferred shots, and I've got a mini timeline here, which if I just scrub through, you can see, well, it's a shot from a boat going through Venice. Over in my marker type panel, I've got a number of different options. And in fact, speaking of numbers, you'll notice that each of these default options has a number next to them, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now there's a really efficient keyboard shortcut workflow if you want to work with these markers inside of Prelude. First of all, let's say I'm going to add a comment. I just need to press the number 2 and a comment is added starting at the location of my playhead. You'll also notice I've got this little heads-up display option asking me to put a description in. Actually, it's the contents of that comment. So let's say this is the most wonderful shot I've seen yet. Now, I want to specify a duration for this comment. These are all temporal markers. They have positions in time. But if I, for example, press the O key, which is the keyboard shortcut to mark the out point, the end of this marker, I'm just going to write the letter O in. I've also got a problem because I want to move my playhead, and how am I going to do that without using the mouse? There's actually a very simple way of doing this. Hold down the Alt or Option key, and now you can use J, K, and L to play back. And as long as you're holding the Alt or Option key, you can press the O key and mark the out point for that marker. So I can now press the Enter key and that marker is assigned. I can now use JKL, I can use the number keys on my keyboard and apply multiple markers, and for that matter create subclips without touching the mouse. If you do add markers that overlap, and I'll do one here, I'll just press the number 2 and say this is a second marker, and maybe I'll just set the out point over here. I'm pressing the O key. Then don't worry about it. Prelude just adds another layer for that marker. You might recognize these handles. They're a little bit similar to the work area in both After Effects and in Premiere Pro, and they behave in the same way. You can click and drag these. In fact, they're just like the in and out marks on the source and program monitors in Premiere Pro. You'll notice as well that we've got a very familiar metadata panel, and this is in fact the same metadata panel as the one you'll see in Premiere Pro and After Effects and so on. So you can put in whatever metadata you want. This is some metadata. I should probably be a little more careful than that, but you can work your way down the list and assign whatever metadata is relevant for your production. You see here I've even created an awesomeness metadata schema, and you can see plenty of tutorials about how to do this on Adobe TV. For me, where Prelude becomes really interesting is with this button right here at the bottom of the project panel, create a new rough cut. A rough cut is just a series of shots one after another that you can send out to other editing systems like Premiere Pro, or for that matter you could send it out to Final Cut Pro or Media Composer. So I'm going to click this button, and the first thing you'll notice is that Prelude is asking me to store a file. So let's do this. Let's go into our media directory, and maybe I'll make a directory called Prelude Rough Cuts. I suppose I should make it 2 words. There we go. And let's call this something like unique rough cut. Okay, so I now have a file on my hard drive that is this rough cut. If I double click to open it up, you'll see I've now got an empty timeline. I can add things to this timeline by dragging and dropping them. Now I can pull this in here and I can drag and drop in the middle. You can see I can position things wherever I want, but what I cannot do is trim. I can't adjust the durations, I can't add multiple layers. All I can do is position things one after another. Now, if you've added subclips to a clip, which I mentioned in a previous lesson, you'll see that I can use those as well. So because subclips can be frame accurately defined, you could, in principle, create a frame accurate edit using Prelude, but I definitely wouldn't recommend it. In fact, what I would say is what you're generating here is really not a rough cut so much as an assembly. And I think that's fantastic because you can teach someone to create an edit in Prelude this way in a very, very short space of time. So I'm just going to save this. I'm pressing Control or Command S. And if you look over in the project panel, if I select this rough cut, I can now go to File and choose Export, and I can choose to export the project or the rough cut. Now, if I choose to export the rough cut, I'm going to get all of my Adobe Media Encoder presets. Maybe I can do QuickTime and choose any of the QuickTime presets, and I can store these as a file on my hard drive. Or perhaps more interestingly, I can export my project, and if I turn on this checkbox for project, I can specify that I want the entire project to be saved as a Premiere Pro project file or a Final Cut Pro XML. I'll just press Escape to come out of that. And lastly, I just want to mention, if you right-click on any of the items in your project panel, whether they are clips or bins or rough cuts, you can send to Premiere Pro and they'll appear in Premiere Pro automatically. If I do send this rough cut over to Premiere Pro, it's going to turn up as a Premiere Pro sequence ready for me to carry on editing. So it's a very efficient workflow to prepare your media inside of Adobe Prelude and then send the work you've done already over into Premiere Pro for your fine finishing and I suppose your proper cutting of your program. So it's a very efficient workflow for you to begin working in Adobe Prelude and then send it over to Premiere Pro to do some serious work with it and some fine finishing.